Guys, what up? It is EJ, and welcome to another edition of Next Up with my girl, Ginette Claudette.
Hey.
You're looking quite nice today.
Thank you. I was so worried about this jacket making like all the noise in the world, but thank you.
All the noise.
All the noise.
It sounds really good.
It sounds really good. Doesn't look good. It sounds good.
Maybe we can like use that to put it on a song or something like that.
Yeah, right. I
it's
should
a new
sample this.
instrument. Exactly. Bruh, I saw something that was so New York right now. I just saw your keys.
Oh, man.
Your keys are so New York, son.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are.
These.
Son. Oh, my God. You just airing me out like that. That's so bad.
All you need is some mace.
All I need to add is some mace. I have like my light, because this is like serious for when you're in the dark. My gym, my other gym membership, a New York keychain, so you know it's real. It's the New York coffee cup. That's like a classic. And then garage keys, house keys, New York place keys, and studio keys.
Look at you. Do you go?
I got places to be.
You got places to be, places to go.
And I gotta get in.
Do you go on like the street corner and get your coffee for what, like $1.25?
When I'm in New York, I refuse to go to a Starbucks. If I'm in New York, it's 100% like bodega coffee or Dunkin' Donuts.
People don't understand the
It's a thing.
bodegas. I don't
It's a
know
real
why.
thing.
Like it's first of
so
all, there's
good.
like one on every corner. Sometimes there's a cat lounging around on the groceries.
Wait, sometimes, always, there's always a cat. There's always a cat for sure.
People don't understand the cab. I remember, like, so when I get bored late at night, I start to read Yelp reviews and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You're one of those.
Well, I don't Yelp.
You're a Yelper.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, because I'm like too lazy to do that.
I have a friend who's so into Yelp. I'm just like, oh my God.
But I will definitely read a Yelp review. And I came across this bodega, and people were complaining about the cats being in the bodega.
Really? I don't mind. Maybe they were probably not from New York.
That cat is a manager
they
at
were
that
probably
store.
not from New
Like,
York.
chill.
Yeah, that cat, like, it's the energy. You gotta see. If you don't see a cat, it's not gonna be good.
So, how was it growing up in New York? Knowing that you wanted to sing, I feel like New York's such a musical city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is like, it's just really diverse and full of like life and energy. And so I've been singing since I was 3. My mother was a singer, so I kind of just like always watched her and kind of just took after her. But I was like lucky that I had like a church across the street, so I would always sing in church, and nice. I would always like enter talent shows in school and stuff. I was totally that kid that was like involved in every single thing. Mm-hmm. So I kind of always had that tunnel vision that I just wanted to do music. And so New York is definitely a good place to be from for that, because there's so much creative energy on every corner. So I'm lucky.
People don't understand that. How did your mother take it when you were like, Ma, I want to be a singer. I want to follow in your footsteps?
Oh my God, so happy. Well, I think she knew before I did. She always tells this story. She says when she used to rehearse this song called Tu Muñeca, it means your doll. And it was a really sad song. I was like 3 or 4. She would rehearse it and I would just be crying, bawling. And she was just like, oh my God, kid, you're totally going to do music. Because how do you know that this song is so emotional and you just have no idea? So she definitely knew before I did. And she's always been super supportive.
And you were 3 when she was singing this song?
Yeah, she's literally
just bawling your eyes out.
Bawling. She would bring me on stage with her like at her shows at like 3, 4 years old, me and my sister. And it's so funny because her whole thing like in the 80s was a big like poofy curly afro and this like mole that she has here that's really pretty. And she would draw that fake mole on me.
I think
there are so many pictures of me with that mole.
Are so pretty though.
I have one, but it's not in the same place as her. But she definitely, like, me and my sister, if you see pictures, like, I'm like, I don't have that mole on my face. Why is that there?
You need to like post something for like a throwback Thursday on your Instagram.
I know, right? I should.
Which is like popping all the time. I feel like you travel with a personal photographer. That's how your Instagram looks.
She would love that. And I'm named after her, so I'm totally like a 2.0 at this point.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you performing at the Apollo, which I think is
Can
we just talk about
throwback?
The first of all, I think the Apollo is legendary. And second of all, being on that stage where they boo people.
Oh my God, I was so nervous. I was 13 when I did that, so I was literally shaking backstage like, oh my God, am I gonna
Did you rub the tree? Did you come out and rub
the tree?
I did, yeah.
Because
you know that's the good luck.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that I got to do that because growing up in New York, like the Apollo is like a big deal. So I got to perform there and I was super nervous. I touched the little magic tree and everything went well. I actually got a standing ovation. So
Did you really?
Yeah.
Pop your collar. Pop it. There you go.
At 13, I was like, oh my God, my life is made. I'm a star, Mom.
What did you sing?
I sung The Voice Within by Christina Aguilera. I can't believe I just remembered that. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I was a huge Christina fan growing up.
What are some of your musical influences?
It's so many, my God.
Come on, let's run them down.
Lord.
We got time.
We have
Come
time.
on.
Okay, cool. It's a lot of 90s R&B because my older sister used to play it around the house, and she was 4 or 5 years apart, so she was cooler, got to date before I did, got to do cool
Whitney's,
stuff. So whatever she did,
Aaliyah's,
Aaliyah, TLC,
right.
SWV, the Fugees, Lauryn Hill is like one of my ultimate idols. And then like early 2000s, Mariah Carey too, oh my God. And then early 2000s, like Alicia Keys and the whole like Murder Inc., J-Lo era too, like that just sort of R&B, and then like pop. Like I was super into Britney and Christina and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. So I think that's why today I'm just like such a fusion of R&B and pop, because it's really a lot of that 90s and early 2000s.
Well, you know what's funny? It's really interesting that you say that, because I feel like Twisted reminds me of an
90s.
R&B. Exactly. Is that what you were going for?
Yeah. That with like the talk box and everything. I don't know, like if you go listen to a lot of my songs, you'll hear talk box on there a lot, because I just love the whole Aaliyah Static Major thing. Like I love the way that sounds. So I definitely put all that in there, and just like the backgrounds, I think you can hear it a lot in just like the arrangement of my songs. A lot has the 90s influence, and then just melodically it's like pop melodies.
You speak of Aaliyah. Your favorite Aaliyah, because her birthday was what? No, not the birthday. The anniversary.
Oh,
of
the anniversary
accident.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Aaliyah
August,
song?
right?
Yeah. What's your favorite Aaliyah song?
Oh my God, that is so hard.
I have like 10.
One. I have so many. Oh my God, one. Rock the Boat. Are we twins?
Yeah.
Oh
we're twinning right now.
I actually wrote a song called Onto Something that is so in that pocket. Like I was super inspired by that record, and I can't wait to put that one out.
Rock the Boat is such a smooth song.
So smooth.
Like she had such a
could have came out next year. It could have came out next year and been like the best.
I still feel like that song is relevant, and it's 17
So
years
good.
old. That song's
Is it
17 years
now?
old. It
And
came
the
out,
video
I think,
is still
2000.
so like, oh my God, like who's done something like that still? Like it's just like, it's gonna live on forever.
It's crazy. So I'm assuming you are a fan of Whitney.
Oh my God, of course.
Favorite Whitney song?
I wanna dance with somebody.
Yes. I want to feel the heat.
No, honestly, I landed in LA after like being gone for a while, and as soon as I got in the car, I like blasted that song all down like the freeway, and I was just like in such a good mood. I'm like, you cannot be in a bad mood when this song is on. It's such a good feeling song. Oh my God.
Especially when it's sunny outside, it feels
It was
good outside.
Yeah, I had the windows rolled down. It was
good mood.
so good. There's like a video of it on my Instagram where I'm just like, want to dance, like in the car. It's like hilarious.
That's so good. Okay, let's talk about you finagling these music producers. First of all,
Finagling?
finessing. I'm sorry.
Finessing.
I guess finagling and finessing
I'll take
are
finessing,
the same.
yeah.
Let's use finagling. I like that. All right, finessing.
We'll take it.
How did you do that at such a young age?
Man, I like I told you, like I was always just like, I remember like in high school, just always like in like closet studios, friends of a friend. Like I just always like built and built and built and built until I got to a point where I started meeting people that had legitimate connections, and I was signed to Motown in 2010. So I did a lot of work with a lot of really incredible songwriters during that time. One of them was Rico Love, who I did my single True with, and so I made a lot of good friendships from that time. And so even when I went on to do
dope.
Oh my God,
They
he's so
don't
amazing.
know.
He's
They
so
don't- they
amazing.
don't
You know
know.
what? I respect that you just sang his artist stuff. That's so dope that you actually know like his artist music, because it's so good too, aside from all the major hits he's written for everybody. But that's someone that I like was super like this with, and we've always kept in contact. We always worked throughout the years, even after I left Motown. So when it came time to do a new project, I called him and I was just like, dude, we got to get back in. And
he was like,
come to Miami. And I was like, I'm already here.
let me in. I'm
I'm
outside right now.
Open the door.
That's so being signed to Motown, of course, the legendary label.
Yes.
How was that experience?
So crazy for me. It was like right out of high school, and at that point I was like about to go to college and study nursing, which honestly I just picked it because I had been around hospitals a lot growing up because my older sister was sick. So I was like, okay, nursing. That was just like, if I have to pick something, I'm gonna pick nursing. So I went to pick up my transcript and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I cannot do this. I don't want to do this. So I literally quit, and I begged my mom to give me like a year to try to like get a record deal, try to see what I can do. And I was working with a couple production companies at the time. And so I just worked at Rite Aid for a year, and a year later, I ended up finagling that deal.
Listen, a lot of times you just gotta fake it till you make it. Okay.
Yeah, man. It's weird because I have had so many like weird moments in my life so far that have like come full circle. Like one of them was I walked in for a meeting when I was like 12 at Universal Motown. And like little did I know
was this
that
New York or LA?
years later, this was New York.
Okay.
Yeah, little did I know that just like, and I remember I was just like, oh my God. Like at that age, I was just like, 10 years old, I was like, I want a record deal. Like I was like this.
You were focused.
So yeah, I was so focused. So just like seeing that like years later when I signed that deal, I was just like, this is so crazy. Like, wow.
Was it mind blowing for you?
So mind blowing. I brought my mom. She made me late to my signing. She's that mom too.
When you say that mom, what do you mean?
She is like the mom that will be in front of the mirror touching up her makeup when you were like already supposed to be there.
And you're like, Ma, we're about to lose this record deal.
We have to go,
Mama.
Mom. No, my second deal that I signed, I was like, Ma, you don't have to come to this. It's okay. We know how this goes. It's fine.
You know, people on Twitter, I saw you retweeted it and you did the face when they were at, you know what face I'm talking about?
Yeah, when they're asking about the album.
Yeah.
Because I've been working on it for like the last year and a half, 2 years, and I'm so ready to get it out now. We're finally at that point where we're releasing music, but they're just so like hungry for it. So they're just like, album. And I'm like, dude, I just put out the single.
I know, just chill for a second.
Like, give me 1 minute. That's why I put the crying face. I was like, I know, I feel you. I want it to come out too.
I just love the sound and the direction that it's going in. And
Thank you.
Will that sound be on the album?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's something that I've been working on for a minute with August Rigo, who is executive producing the album. I met him 7 years ago in a session, and we just clicked. He's amazing. He wrote Back to Sleep for Chris Brown, You Smile for Justin Bieber, and a couple other records. And we just like have a synergy that works. And we've really like worked hard on developing the sound over the years. He's a super R&B head as well. And so we just like mesh, and we've put together like a project that I'm really, really proud of, and I can't wait for people to hear it.
I'm so excited for that. I am also so excited for it because I feel like people are craving 90s R&B right now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just looking at like people's like YouTube playlists and stuff like that, and how deep it goes.
Yep.
And on Twitter, like I don't know why that sound is missed, but I
think
miss
just substance. I think people just like miss feeling like whatever they're feeling, whether it's like sad or happy, but just like sitting in that feeling. And I feel like that genre of music just really allows you to do that. Mm-hmm. It's not like, you know, like so light and fluffy. Like sometimes people just want to be sad or want to be really happy.
Well, let me tell you, I feel like some of the dopest songs from like Mary J. Blige or something like that,
they hit you right there, right?
Exactly. Like she's taking you back to when she was in Yonkers, probably broke, crying over, you know, some dude. And 100%. I feel like it's just one thing that everybody can relate to.
100%. Yeah. I think that's why people just miss, because we have so much of like the music that is like fun and club music and turn up music. And I just think that people miss feeling something.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you were like, people just want to feel something of substance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you can give yourself some advice growing up super young in the industry to right now, like what would you say to your younger self?
Wow. That's such a good question.
Just going through everything that you've been through.
I feel like I just got to a point where I've really understood like what patience is. And I'm totally like understanding now of just like the process and the journey and all that. But I think like growing up and going through the ups and downs, like I'd let like a lot of those low moments really like sink in. And if I could just tell myself something, I'd probably be like, girl, relax. It's going to happen. Have patience. And I'm like, now I look at time kind of like a blessing to just like continue to practice, continue to get better at all aspects of my artistry. And even looking back at like the Motown situation, for example, at that time I was like so anxious to put music out, but I was making music that was not necessarily who I am. And I was being pulled in so many directions, and I was really young, but I wanted something to come out so bad that I was just willing to, you know, sing whatever kind of song they wanted me to sing if it got to see the light of day. And I think I needed to go through that situation and do the indie thing and figure myself out as a woman, as a person, as a human, as an artist, to kind of get to the point where I'm at now. So I would just tell myself to enjoy the journey and not focus so much on the destination.
Do you think when you're younger, coming up in a label, they are pushing you in a direction in what like the industry needs, as opposed to staying true to yourself? Does that make sense?
It's funny because like 2010, 8 years ago, but things were really different in 2010. Just like even in like the buildings and stuff, and like with streaming and online and all that stuff, things were
it's a different game.
It's a whole different game, which is like crazy to think, because I was like right in the beginning of when everything was changing and kind of having to transition. Yes, that definitely does happen. Like I felt personally like I was being asked to be all kinds of different artists, but at the same time, I didn't necessarily know either. Like I didn't know either. So I was okay with just like trying things out, recording different songs every day and just trying to figure that out. But yeah, they pay attention to what's going on, and they definitely just want, it to work,
Absolutely. So, it's like they're investing
but
a lot.
I think when you go in there and you're like super secure in who you are, it makes a world of a difference. And I'm finally like at that place now, so you can't tell me nothing.
All right, so my last question, I feel like I always ask this, what's next?
Next is probably gonna be an EP, and then an album. I've got all the music ready to go, so I'm excited to get it to the people so that I don't have to retweet tweets like that anymore.
First of all, I'm just so happy that you're just going to give us a little taste with the EP. Yes. Maybe that can just like shut everybody up now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will give you like 6-7 songs, and then you'll have like a full album of stuff. And there's so much on there. Like there's like music for like the dark days, and music for like the happy days. And there's like songs like True that like if you really listen to the lyrics, there's like so much deep meaning, and it really is about like anxiously missing somebody and coming to terms with it, like being like, I hate this, but it's totally true. But the beat is so like, it bumps so hard that you still kind of feel like you're in a good mood, even though you're all up in your feelings. And I actually really love to do that with my music, whether the like subject line is like dark or light. I kind of just always want the music to make you feel good, and I think that we're doing that.
Twisted has a bumping beat.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, shout out to the Stereotypes, man. Those guys are amazing. They produced that one. They're so awesome.
It's so good.
Thank you.
You're so good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Cry emoji. Of course.